Hello, my name is France Hutchiso. I'm a leadership coach, and I've been working for 25 years in the public service, either in the leadership sphere, learning as a communicator, but also as a coach. So here are the perfect tools that are addressed and adapted for anyone who would like to develop their leadership skills, improve their performance, or maybe find the best job for you and have the right people around you. So build your success network. As a leadership coach, what do? We actually help people understand who they are as leaders. So we work on understanding their background, education, the culture of the organization that they're in, make links with their performance, but also with their beliefs. And we also spend a lot of time discussing their successes and failures and their aspirations. So why are we doing this in the coaching conversation or during the conversations? Because we want people to develop their compass in order to achieve and actually have the career of their aspirations and their dreams. Now, let's focus on maybe the tools that are out there that maybe you're not aware of, or things that you might be requesting in your organization so you can add them to your learning plan and make sure that you don't get stuck, but you focus on building that success network. So you probably heard of the psychometric tools. Well, as a coach, as a leadership specialist, as a learning specialist, we have a lot of these tools, psychometric tools, in our leadership programs. But also, a lot of coaches are using them as a kind of a first step in order to get to know the person and also offer them debriefings about who they are as leaders based on the results of their tool, that these tools. So the tools that I actually love, and you might have heard of them, is actually EQI, emotional intelligence one, which is an amazing tool that is actually a self-assessment tool, very accurate, and it's really useful when you want to kind of prompt the first coaching conversations and help the person understand where they should be focusing their attention on their strengths, but also maybe at one or two areas of growth. There's also the 360 tool, which mobilizes a bit more people because you need to seek the feedback of senior management, your peers, and at the same time your employees. So it's a bit more a long-term process, but there's a direct link with your leadership competencies. Other tools that you might have heard of is our True Colors, Insights, Enneagram. There's also MBTI that we use quite a lot. So these tools are very, very useful. Maybe your organization in the HR or learning department might be using them. Maybe they have some partnerships with other organization that could provide the service. But definitely, if you want to add them to your learning plan, I think it's very useful that at least once or twice in your career you can get those tools and actually learn to grow learning who you are. The second thing that I really want to put focus on is the coaching services. Coaching is misunderstood. There's mentoring, but there's coaching, and there's a distinction between the two. Mentoring is actually someone in the organization or someone that you rely on in order to receive either feedback or advice on a specific situation because they've got the experience, they have the knowledge, and they've been through it. So sometimes these are senior managers where you believe in and you bring your situation and they will give you advice. That's more mentoring. A lot of organizations use the mentoring program. Coaching is something different. Coaching is actually someone who use a different skill set. They're asking a lot of questions. They use a lot of listening skills, and they help you build your awareness. And awareness means intra leadership. So you can have one-on-one coaching conversation. There's also peer coaching conversation. There's group coaching conversation. And now more and more we see team coaching. So coaching, I personally love it because it transformed my career. This is why I became a coach and I got my certification. And definitely coaching is something that you can integrate in your learning plan. You can hire an external coach. They don't need to know your job. They just need to use the coaching process in order to help you grow and focus on the right things. So you can I also use internal coaches. Some organizations have them. There's also the GC coaching network that I had a chance to instigate with a lot of coaches. We have more than 1,000 members now, and we have at least 300 and 350 coach, a certified coach. Some internal, some external. So some are free, some are not. Some are in the learning process. So sometimes they offer their service for free because they need to build their experience and they need more hours of coaching in order to get the certification. So come and see us on GC Collab. I'll give you at the end of this presentation more information. As for psychometric tools, I just want to come back to one thing. The EQI test I'm doing another presentation solely on what is EQI and the impact of it, because I think it's one of my favorite psychometric tool. So look forward for the other presentation on EQI. Mentoring, talked about it. Learning, well, you've got GC Campus, this Canada School Public Service. I had a chance to work there for more than 20 years. So I have a lot of strong positive emotions because I loved working with learners, and I personally really loved the interactions and the relations that I've had a chance to develop in the classroom, virtual or in the real classroom, where I had to learn a lot from the learners' experience and what they wanted to gain as of insights and growth. So keep your learning boosted. So keep learning through your entire career. One thing that is misunderstood, and probably a lot of you are wondering, why is mindfulness there? Well, mindfulness is kind of the basis. It's the mindset. It's the way that I think people can change some habits, change the way we think, take the time to reflect, and at the same time build that neural leadership things. So use your brain the right way. So definitely mindfulness is something that we should all look into, because you want to look at yourself, you want to change some behaviors. You can't change the world, but you can change yourself. So try practicing mindfulness a bit more. And if we think about diversity, inclusion, respectful workplace, have a respectful environment, well, definitely starting by mindfulness and be more introspective, doing more introspective work is something very, very powerful that we should all lean into. Now let's think about how you build your success network, because you have all of these things, but definitely there are things that you might want to focus on. And if you need to learn more about yourself, I think looking into the career professionals and what they can offer, if you have that service within your department, definitely go there. There's also the coaching network. If you want to try a different kind of conversation, you want to link or make connections with coaching, and maybe build a skill set that you want to use in your management practice or executive practice, or if you want to create empowerment in your team, definitely coaching might be something that you want to look into for yourself, but at the same time, in order to modelize the approach. Mentoring is even more popular than coaching, and peer coaching circles is something that has a good value for the investment that you will put into, because it creates network, it creates a support network, you'll learn the methodology, and you'll have a growth aspect coming out of this. So the Canada School Public Service and some organization also offer peer coaching circles. Out externally as well, you might find a school from the ICF, International Coaching Federation, that offers the opportunity to be part of a peer coaching circle, or even gaining the service of a coach. So now, in order to build that coaching network, now let's focus on the word a bit more, coaching, where you can get that service, because a lot of people don't understand always where they can get coaching. So if you're an executive, there are coaching services through a peer network at the Canada School Public Service. You might also have coaching for executive within your HR department or HR organization in your organization. You might have those psychometric tools offered, maybe not. Maybe they will go through the second the second column, sorry, the PSC, Public Save, the Executive Coaching Counseling Services at the PSC. So this is where you will definitely have the chance to either meet a psychologist or a career counselor or someone who had the experience and in the will and has been a public service and now are offering mentoring or coaching services. So the PSC has some great services there. The Canada School Public Service as well, definitely have some learning pieces, job aids, all kinds of stuff. There was even a podcast I had a chance to participate in as a coach and teach more about the impact of coaching in organization and how we should maximize the word coaching within each organization. So maybe you want to hear that. I'll have that link in the description of this video. And last but not the least, if you want to have a coach, there's a network on GC Collab. I was the instigator with many other coaches where we developed a coaching network, and we had a chance to offer summits and offer the chance for people to understand the impact of a real coaching conversation. So there's more than 350 coaches now. Some are internal, some are external, some people are learning the process. So this is maybe an area where you want to connect with coaches and let's say maybe one day learn about it, maybe participate in initiatives, or even find the right coach for you. So what's important now? Why is there a mirror? Well, intra leadership is all about learning about yourself. In the conversations I had during my coaching conversations I had with participants, the one thing that I've noticed that people talk a lot about others, about organization, and a lot of frustration comes from that. When you are in that intra leadership mindset, it's all about you. It's all about changing you, and this is how you change the world and the environment, by changing how you see things, by changing who you are, how you react to things. And this is exactly what we need now, more leaders who are aware. So now, let's not forget that you still need those leadership competencies. Make links with the EQI, with your goals, with what will come out of the coaching conversation. But if I want to reinforce one key message, is that it's never too soon to start thinking about your career, what you focus on, and how you can build more of that engagement and boost your energy level when it comes to work. In my 25 years of career within the public service, a lot of times I felt that I was in a status quo and probably not optimizing my full potential or offering my full potential because I was waiting for others to tell me what I was supposed to do. So if you're feeling that you're stuck sometimes and you don't really know what to do, well, it's time to focus on you. So spend that useful time to build your intra leadership growth and mindset. If you love what I say, and if you love my perspective on things, if you have more ideas, please connect with me. Share your thoughts. Share your needs. My LinkedIn is right there. The YouTube coaching network channel is there. There's also the GC Collab where you will connect with a lot of coaches. There's a link there, but also there's my email. So feel free to email me. I'll be more than happy to read, to either respond or to connect and collaborate. It's all about changing, and changing means starting by ourselves. I hope you appreciate the presentation, and let's stay in touch.